Ladies and gentlemen, Mika Häkkinen, everybody. First of all, how are you?
It's been a great year and it's been a great weekend, you know, and it's just fantastic to be here. I mean, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, you know, there's a lot of action, not only at the racetrack, but, you know, of course, outside of the racetrack. And that is all about. Yeah. The fans are number one. Without the fans, there is no Formula One. That's 100%. And I think over the years, the Formula One has really understood that. They've said, let's have fun and let's give the best chance to fans to enjoy. Let's make entertainment. The partners, you know, have understood that way. This entertainment program needs to upgrade it, and let's go for it.
And you're absolutely right. Like the F1 fans are incredible. The McLaren fan base, though, is something else. They're probably some of the most passionate around the world. I love the way you're looking around the Mastercard Billboard. You love it in here, don't you, Mika?
Yeah, I like it. It's quite a special place, I tell you what. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so let's talk about the McLaren fans. They have a special place in your heart, I know. Tell us about a certain time that you had a McLaren fan interaction that really sits with you.
Well, McLaren has been always very professional. Even, you know, I started with the McLaren team '93, and I finished my career 2001 with McLaren, my racing career. What I mean professional? Professional means that they always understood the importance of the fans, today's world, of course. All the social media. All these platforms gives the great opportunity to activate these areas even higher. But I always had they are very loyal, you know, and that is a very, it tells something about the McLaren company in general, that way. The fans are very loyal. They are not coming and going. No, they are staying, you know, including me, and I'm still here, you know. So it's just beautiful. It's really great.
I love that. I love the way you speak with such warmth. Now, we know that your time, as you said, at McLaren was filled with so many iconic moments. What do you think there's one thing about the team's culture, or spirit, if you like, that is just still continuing to drive their success today, years and years and years on?
What I reckon, quality is important, of course. You know, quality is important, but also what is important that way, analyzing your success, analyzing when you lose. You know, these factors are very important. Sometimes when I was racing with McLaren, it was very frustrating because what was happening, everything needs to be analyzed so well. I want everything now. Give me everything now so I can drive quicker. I want to win tomorrow. I want to win today. So they had a very approaching always, is it positive or negative, always analyze it very carefully, what this is going to do for the company and how this is going to affect our future. And this was important way of operating, you know.
And obviously, motorsport has evolved so much since you retired. But what do you think is that one thing that McLaren has that's just timeless?
They always had best drivers.
Of course they
always
did.
They had the best drivers, like me, example, you know. You know.
So modest, Mika.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's you know, what I have always recognized that I mentioned quality earlier, and the times are changing, of course, from my time. The technology is moving very fast, and safety also, of course, has been massively improved, which is a great thing. We don't want to see drivers to get hurt. But that's a quite a very interesting question what you asked me. But yeah, you know, you always need to have a good partners in the team. That's an important factor. You know, the McLaren can guide very well that how they use the money, what they are getting, where they investing money, and what McLaren has done in the past. in my time, first of all, is that way you need to have the best drivers. Yeah. You know, it was not a joke. The drivers needs to be the best. You know, then you go to the power unit of the car. It always has to be number one. All these needs to be a long term because the success is never come overnight. It's a long term journey, and that's what the McLaren in my time was doing, and now what McLaren is doing now. Again, they want to have partners for the long term. Let's do the success together. Drivers, let's work together. Let's improve. Let's analyze how we can be together, how we can be better together, not just to look in individuals, to whole company, whole process. And this is beautiful to see a little bit outside how they do things, but same time being inside in the team.
Okay, so let's go back then to your McLaren career itself, because we've got a lot of these people down here, Mika, have been waiting for you to arrive. So let's talk about your time at McLaren. Is there one lap that I think I know the answer to this, but is there one lap of your career that you could relive again, just for the sheer thrill of it, and why?
One lap?
Yeah.
You mean in the qualification or? Yeah,
you can talk us through it if you like.
But definitely one lap, what I remember, you know, which comes to my mind very easily, is it's one of the, you know, winning a Monaco Grand Prix. It is something very special. And why it is special? Because if you win the Monaco Grand Prix, then the team automatically, every team member start respecting you even higher than ever, because they know if you can win a Monaco, you can win also World Championship. But talking about just a lap, that was when I did win a Monaco Grand Prix, and going through to when passing the start-finish line after the checker flag, I won a Grand Prix. I slowed down more than I needed to, just to look at the people, look at the crowd, look at the boats, look at the excitement, people cheering up, and putting our engine mode very low, that way it doesn't make too much sound, and just listen to people.
Just to hear it.
You know, that was something what I wanted to put in my memory. That way I don't never forget, and I wanted to experience, because winning Grand Prix, it just doesn't happen every day, and especially Monaco Grand Prix, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly. So then, sticking with your career, let's talk about the kind of thrill side of things. Can you recall a split-second decision that you had to make during a race, particularly, that made such a difference to your career, be it a win or a championship, or a loss, in fact?
There has been many situations where you have to make a very fast decision. Yeah. And there's different categories. You know, you can do the very high risk decision, and that means that way if you make that high risk decision, you basically what can happen, you can crash. And when you are driving Formula One car more than 300 kilometers per hour, and you take that kind of high risk, you are risking your life. So that kind of risk, what you do, it can maybe happen once a year. You don't want to do it too often because it's about your life. And then I categorize in the different levels. I always wanted to have calculated risks. That way, whenever you do overtaking maneuvers, you are really calculating them properly. But before that, you need to know who is your competitor. Yeah. Personally, you need to know their personality outside of the race car, because normally that behavior outside of the race car reflects their behavior on the race track when they're driving. Yeah. So then you know how to compete against these drivers out there. But that's the way it works, you know. And I always were thinking that way. The success, like I mentioned earlier, it's not overnight. It's a long-term journey, and making these high-risk overtaking maneuvers, example, I think your career going to be very short.
For sure.
Not because you always get hurt, but the point is that when you crash in these Formula 1 cars, they're very expensive.
That's true.
I think the company, I think the team would be bankrupt if you would crash too often. So you have to think about the team and all what happens after, you know.
No, it's fascinating. Listen, Mika, I know that we're tight on time, and you're very busy. You're in high demand today. One final question from me. As we sit here under the new partnership between Mastercard and McLaren, the word priceless is so synonymous with Mastercard, and it obviously means so much. It's about creating special memories and moments and experiences. What does priceless mean to you?
Well, first of all, when I've been racing in Formula 1 many years, but end of the day, I started my racing career when I was 6 years old. Wow. So when I've been racing such a many years, you gathering a lot of experiences of your emotions, your way of thinking of life, and of course. Then comes to one of the most important factor, and that happened halfway through my career when I had a really bad accident. Yeah. You know, I cracked my skull. I was in a coma. I was in a hospital, and I was thinking afterwards when I was back home in Monaco, and said, shall I continue my career? And I said, hold on a second. I started when I was 6 years old. Now I'm about 25. I had a bad accident in my career, just, you know, when I've been in Formula 1 for 5 years. Shall I now give up? I thought, no, I'm not going to give up. I wanna go for it. I'm going to continue until I win my World Championship and I start winning races. So what happened was that on the way after my accident example, I start working with a gentleman called Aki Hintsa. The trauma surgeon, doctor trauma surgeon, and I start working very closely with him in '96, and the '97 was the first year when I won the first Grand Prix. '98 I became a world champion, and what I understood that what is the priceless is absolutely you need to take care of your family, you need to take care of your health, and when those elements are in the right place, then you can win. And I feel that that's a success, and that's the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mika Häkkinen.
Thank you so much. Fantastic.
That was amazing.
Thank you.